The Quebec school system. School is compulsory for children between the ages of 6 and 16. The Quebec school system includes 4 levels of education: elementary, secondary, college, and university. Elementary education usually lasts for 6 years, but most children start school in kindergarten, even though it is not compulsory. Only some schools offer pre-kindergarten. High school typically lasts 5 years. This secondary education can include vocational studies as well. College education consists of pre-university or vocational studies in educational institutions called cégeps. University comprises 3 levels of study that vary in their duration. Daycare, before starting school. Before starting school, some children stay at home with their parents or are looked after by close family members. Many children attend full-time or part-time daycare. The garderie, or daycare, allows children to socialize and learn with other children. The daycare also allows children who do not speak French to learn the language a little more before starting school. There are 3 types of childcare in Quebec. Early childhood education centers, called CPEs, private, and home daycare. Many centers are subsidized and entitle you to a refund of a portion of the fees you paid for the care of your child. It is important to register your child as soon as possible by placing him or her on a waiting list, especially if it's a place in a CPE. Kindergarten and elementary education. Kindergarten. Most children enter school at the age of 5. We call this level la maternelle or kindergarten. Kindergarten is not mandatory, but it is strongly recommended. In Quebec, almost all children 5 years of age attend kindergarten full-time. This school year is especially important if your child does not speak French, because it will allow him or her to begin the process of learning the language and be better prepared to enter the first year of elementary school. Qualified teachers who know how to use play as a means of learning accompany children in kindergarten. In some neighborhoods, there are schools that offer part-time or full-time pre-kindergarten for 4-year-olds. Elementary education. Your child will go to elementary school between the ages of 6 and 12. L'école primaire, or elementary school, generally lasts 6 years and is divided into 3 2-year cycles. Your child will receive teaching in a variety of subjects: French, English, mathematics, science and technology, geography, history, citizenship education, fine arts, physical education, and ethics and religious culture. In most elementary schools, there is one teacher who teaches the basic subjects to your child: for example in French, mathematics, science, and technology. This teacher is called the classroom teacher. Specialists often teach other subjects, like English or fine arts. If your child has difficulties in French or mathematics, ask for help from the school as soon as possible. You can make an appointment with your child's teacher to discuss your concerns. If your child has learning or behavioral difficulties, it is possible that the school asks you to participate in a meeting with the purpose of meeting your child's needs and helping him or her have a successful school year. This is called a plan d'intervention or action plan. Secondary education and the different study paths offered. Between the ages of 12 and 17, your child will go to l'école secondaire, or high school. The transition from elementary school to high school is an important step, accompanied by several changes in your child's life. High school usually lasts 5 years and is divided into 2 cycles. The first cycle lasts an average of 2 years, and the second cycle lasts 3 years. At the end of the first cycle, your child will be helped in the decision of whether to choose the general education path or the applied general education path, depending on his learning profile. These 2 study paths are very similar, and most of the course material is the same. They both lead to a secondary school diploma called an SSD or DES in French, and provide access to vocational training or a college education. In both cases, the student will take courses in new subjects such as physics, chemistry, or exploration of vocational training. Your child will also be required to choose some courses. These choices are important for his future studies. As a parent, you can help your child with his choices regarding his path of study. For example, some college programs require completion of specific secondary courses. A guidance counselor will certainly inform you if you and your child want to learn more about required and elective courses in different programs. For youth 15 years or over who have learning difficulties, the parcours de formation axé sur l'emploi, or work-oriented training path, can allow their education to continue in a different setting. This course offers 2 possibilities: the formation préparatoire au marché du travail, or pre-work training, and the formation à un métier semi-spécialisé, or training for a semi-skilled trade. In both cases, the internship settings are an important aspect of this course. Young people have the right to attend high school until the age of 18, and in some cases up to the age of 19. Many young people who arrive in Quebec in their teens are too old to get their secondary school diploma in a high school. They are then directed to adult education centers. Get information about the options available in your region. Adult General Education. The Formation Générale des Adultes, or Adult General Education, is for people 16 years and older. Young people can continue their secondary education in the adult sector to obtain their secondary school diploma. Adult General Education is often referred to simply as AGE, or FGA in French. FGA gives students an opportunity to receive different types of training or to take courses specific to their needs. There are literacy or pre-secondary courses that prepare youth and adults who want to take high school courses. It is also possible to take the courses needed to get a secondary school diploma or to register in a professional or college program. General education in the adult sector also offers other types of study, such as the French language. Certain programs can be completed from a distance or online, but most classes are taught in a centre d'éducation des adultes or adult education centers. The classes are usually given in the day or evening, full-time or part-time. Classes in adult general education are often made up of students at different levels, with each student advancing at their own pace. The student must attend class, where a teacher is available to answer questions. This self-study assisted model is often appreciated, but it requires that students be more proactive and autonomous in their studies. Most adult education centers offer other student services. Registrations and admissions generally take place throughout the year. The adult education centers often have services that provide referrals, counseling, and support, called sarka, to guide students in their studies. Most centers have guidance counselors. Vocational training. There are over 100 programs in vocational training called formation professionnelle in Québec, divided into 21 training areas. These programs lead to jobs that require theoretical knowledge as well as technical and manual know-how. Programs are varied in vocational training and lead to a vocational diploma, often simply called a DVS or DEP in French. Programs of study can include electrical or secretarial studies, horticulture and garden center operations, clothing design, and forest management. Most vocational programs can be taken after the 4th year of high school and last 1 or 2 years. Some programs are available after the 3rd year of high school, and others require the completion of certain courses of Secondary 5. These training programs usually take place in a vocational training center. These centers have training facilities and modern equipment. Teachers are experienced and knowledgeable concerning the realities of the job market in their field. If a student has not completed high school, but must still take certain courses to be admitted into the program of his or her choice, it is sometimes possible to begin vocational training while taking some general education courses. This arrangement is called concomitance. Most DEPs permit entry into the labor market with good employment opportunities. After having completed a vocational diploma, a student or a person working in a trade or profession related to a study program might want to receive an attestation de spécialisation professionnelle or an attestation of vocational specialization called an SVS or ASP in French. For example, a person who has an ASP in secretarial studies can apply for an attestation of vocational specialization in legal or medical secretarial studies. College studies. College studies follow high school. Cégeps, or general and vocational colleges, are public post-secondary educational institutions. There are two types of programs given at Cégep. A 2 pre-university program offering 8 areas of study, and a technical 3-year program leading to the labor market or further university studies. A student receives a diploma of college studies when finishing college. This diploma is called a DCS, or DEC in French. There are more than 100 technical training programs that lead to skilled trades. These professions require knowledge and technical know-how. The technical training programs vary greatly. Nursing, police technology, and graphic design are just a few of the possibilities. Most DECs in technical studies allows students to enter the labor market with good employment opportunities. Cégeps also offer an attestation of college studies called ACS or AEC in French. These programs are for adults or young adults who have work experience and who wish to deepen their knowledge in a specific area. The important dates to remember for enrollment at a Cégep are March 1st for students wishing to begin in September and November 1st for those who wish to begin in January. As is the case for elementary and secondary education, the private sector can also offer a college education, but the costs are higher than in the public sector. You can check out the websites that provide information on the technical programs offered or visit the websites of different Cégeps to find out more about their programs. University studies. After Cégep, those who wish may continue their studies at l'université. It is important to note that a college diploma does not guarantee admission to a university. Previous school results are considered for admission into certain programs, and in some cases, other selection methods can be used. University includes 3 academic cycles. Students who complete an undergraduate program can receive a bachelor's degree called a baccalauréat or bac after 3 and sometimes 4 years of full-time study. The university offers other types of programs such as certificats or certificates, which are obtained after 1 year of full-time study. The second cycle leads to a master's degree called a maîtrise after 2 years of full-time study, or a Master of Advanced Studies called MAS or DESS in French after 1 year of full-time study. During the third cycle, a student can get a PhD or doctorat that requires at least 5 years of study after the bac or bachelor's degree. The university programs offered are diverse. Fees for university studies are much higher than for college, but various financial aid programs exist. To find out more about the different educational paths offered, do not hesitate to meet with a conseiller d'orientation or guidance counselor. Most high schools and adult education centers have guidance counselors who help youth make decisions regarding the different professions and choices possible. All school boards offer a reception and referral service called SARCA that can surely meet your needs. Some agencies can also offer you assistance, like the Carrefour Jeunesse Emploi or youth employment agency that serves people between the ages of 16 and 35. Speaking with other parents about the paths their children have taken can also help you to be better informed on the different study options. However, it is recommended that you verify this information with the educational institutions concerned. This concludes our module on the Quebec school system. We invite you to visit our other 3 modules on education in Quebec.